Molson Stars presents. Let's get into it. This is going to be my London Marathon 2022 recap. And you're thinking, 2022? That was a really long time ago. Yes, it was. I ran London Marathon in 2022, and I'm very privileged and proud to share that I will be getting to the start line for this year. So let's just recap. 2022, I actually got the bib in 2019. I really didn't want to go through another situation of entering the ballot, not getting in, entering the ballot and not getting in. And at the ripe old age of allegedly somewhere over 30, the good for age time for London to apply for that is sub 3, and I'm not really there yet. Championship time, slightly bit of a myth. Might need to get a Segway or get on a moped to try and get to that kind of time to qualify. So yeah, good old regular ballot or charity. I've done some charity fundraising before, so I went through Crunch, and they have lots of smaller charities and organisations that are affiliated and associated with London Marathon, and I found the East End Community Foundation. They had a target of £1,500, and they basically do a lot of work with donors and grassroots initiatives based in East London. Just to give you an example of one of the initiatives in lockdown, there were some kids in the Newham borough that did not have laptops, which was impacting them doing work at home. So the East End Community Foundation, with some of their funds, they identified these families and these kids and then got them some laptops. So my 2020 London Marathon bib, I ended up doing the virtual in 2021 in Victoria Park. It was a very wet day, and I deferred to 2022. So you can imagine getting a bib in 2019, and then here we are. A couple years later, you get into the training block. You definitely know the race is going to happen, and you know that there's going to be crowds on the streets. So the intention was to sort of obviously train, get fit, and try and improve on my Amsterdam marathon, raise money for the charity, and try and PB. My current PB is the Amsterdam marathon in 2019, which is around 3 hours, 17 minutes. So I wanted to try and dip under that. Training had gone well, long runs were good. I improved on strength conditioning and stretching, joined a gym. So I kind of felt like I was in really good shape. Fast forward to race day, really excited to sort of get to a local race. It was my first London Marathon and my first ever ABBA World Marathon Major. So I got to the race quite early, very early in fact. So I had to wait around, do some stretching, drink some, fluids, etc. And then, I got a call up for my time in the pen, and then the race started. After about a mile, I checked my gel belt, and I had about 7 gels, just in case, had a couple extras. Had some Molson gels, and I always carry one caffeine one for the sort of last part of a race if I need that bit of a kick. And within the first race, I had lost all of them bar 3, and I thought, that's strange. Use this gel belt many a time, so I ended up not risking it and thinking, right, I've got 3 gels, I'm going to carry them in my pocket. In the back of my shorts, I usually have my phone, so I just thought I'll hold the gels. First time ever in a race. So I went through the miles 5 and 10. Early on in London Marathon, there's a bit of a merger where there are 2 different starts. So we merged. The crowds were absolutely amazing. It's just really nice to hear people shouting your name. Little tip, definitely have your name stitched on your top or printed on your top. You are definitely going to need that support when you get to the hard yards, miles 18 to 21, 22, etc. Mile 13, 14, my phone dropped out. My phone never drops out of my shorts. I've been wearing the same shorts for a couple of years. So I just thought, let's not risk it. Just hold your phone in the hand. So after about 8 to 10 miles, I'm running with a mobile phone in my left hand, 3 gels in the other hand. This is not how you run a marathon. I'd not trained like this. So this was just a bit of a new situation I found myself in. Pace was still good. I felt okay. I was a little bit sort of preoccupied with thinking I don't have all the gels. This is not how it should be. But we move, literally. We got to around mile 14, 15, felt great. Mile 16, I think I was just a bit distracted and I absolutely stacked it. And the most important thing, I just did not want to let go of the gels. So you can imagine having a phone in your left, gels in the right, stacked it, hit the deck, someone helped me up. I was still clenching the gels like Greek god Atlas or whatever. Someone passed me a phone, went, "You all right, mate?" I went, yeah, I'm all good. And then I just sort of dust myself off and then carried on going. Didn't really check myself, just put my phone back. Tried to put my phone in the back of my pouch and I thought, you just need to run with this. So again, 3 gels, iPhone. I knew that I was coming to mile 21, which is where Rundem have their cheer zone. So I knew to slow down and just enjoy it. A cannon was let off. I can remember seeing Charlie. Rob was shouting with a megaphone. I looked around as thought I was moving a bit slower to try and take in all the atmosphere, which was absolutely amazing. I just got hit with this wall of sound, and I looked around and I saw Katie, my partner, which gave me a bit of a boost and a smile. I think Onda and Mark, I'd instructed them to have a bit of a drink. They both had Morton drink, which had like turned into this like super thick, gooey yogurt. So I was really grateful to have a bit of a drink. And then I kind of hit the wall around 21, 22. I've not hit the wall since my first marathon, which was Bulgaria in 2018. So I got some cramps. Definitely dropped sort of sugar levels and glucose, so I had to do a bit of a run walk. Pace went out the window. Definitely could still feel the crowds, and people were like, "Come on, keep going." People would shout my name because I had my name stitched onto my top, and then kind of brought it into Whitehall and the mall, and the energy is just amazing as you come into that last final part around the roundabout. Finished the race. Absolutely loved it. Would happily do London Marathon every single year if I could. Out of all of the races I've done, it's probably the most memorable, and the crowd and the energy was just next level. So finished the race, got a silver foil to keep warm, and sat there, nearly had a cry, but I didn't. And I don't know why I do this, but every time I finish a race, I always think about my family, and they're really proud of me and my mother, and I always think about my father. He passed away when I was 8 years old, and I just wonder what he would think. Would there ever be like a moment where he'd come and see me at a race, or the sort of moment where you do have family members after. I did think about him. I was really proud that I finished. The medal is really big for a major. It's just like, it's metal, it's quite big. So I got a bit a bit emotional after the race and finished. So let's fast forward to 2023. Where are we now? Super grateful to receive a bib through Black Trail Runners. And as a run leader for them, I was really honoured to get this for an official charity, and to represent a cause that is very much about and within the work of having diversity inclusion within running, the trails and the outdoors. So where are we now? We're sort of into the second week of Feb. I actually opened up my account in the last few years. I've swapped the DJing New Year's Eve, New Year's Day for going for a run or going for a swim. And this year was no different. So I met up with Deo and Alice. I think I was actually in bed before midnight because we were going to go on a bit of a long run. Didn't really assume much. And then Deo kind of said, we're going to go for 50k. You heard right, 50k. I've done a few marathons. I've never done more than a marathon, so 26.2-ish miles. So New Year's Day, we really had a good old long day out. So I got 50k the legs, felt good. And I actually ran every day last year. And I've kind of just continued it with the long run on New Year's Day. And why not? So working fully remote, I'm mindful of like how much I move, how much I'm on Zoom, and I'm not having to get on the tube and do that part. So the other part of actually moving every day is I'm moving every day. Now I've done it for a year. It's not a to do. It's a part of my daily routine, a bit like getting dressed, having a shower. So I already subconsciously know when I'm going to run, what kind of session and where. So I've picked up a few speed sessions and been a bit more focused on them because I caught a bug a couple of weeks ago. So I'm part of the Real Runners coaching program with Kevin Quinn. And I've really enjoyed doing the sort of speed workouts. I've definitely seen improvement. I've definitely learned a lot. As a coach, it's always great to get a coach because you learn stuff all the time. And I've just actually finished a speed workout today, which was mile repeats with a 3-minute rest at 5k pace. And then it was 4 by 200 meters with a minute rest. So I've definitely learned that within the speed work, having a shorter, sharper element to the interval workout with a shorter recovery has definitely helped me feel fitter, get a little bit faster. These workouts are definitely tough. There's a bit of a warm up and then a warm down, but yeah, I can definitely feel the difference. So I know that I just need to be consistent, and I definitely need to keep up with my stretching and strength conditioning if I want to see some results and gains going into London. So running for BTR, I'm currently just having a look at some notes on the TCS London Marathon 2023 website, and I think we are pretty much around less than 100 days. We have 74 days, 3 hours and 1 minute. If you go onto the London Marathon website, sponsored by Tag Heuer, you can definitely see the sort of countdown clock, which is pretty cool. So 74 days till race day, and of course, if you're going to taper for 2 weeks, that's 14 days or 10 days out. That's going to chip into that 74 days. Really nice to see that there is sort of a big push and a focus with the race billing it as the greatest ever elite women's field. So it's always really exciting. And I think I did read somewhere that the marathon is one of those unique sports where you have the mass participation or beginners doing the same course on the same day as elites. So just having a quick look at some of the names that are going to be lining up. You've got the reigning Olympic champion and national world record holders amongst some of the elite women taking part. It's going to be pretty epic to see all of these absolutely phenomenal women get to the start line. You've got the defending champion and world record 10k holder, Yelemez Yehelu. She's Ethiopian. I'm really sorry, I've just literally butchered that name, and I have my name butchered quite a bit. You've got the world record holder, I can kind of say her name a bit more confidently, Bridget Kosgei of Kenya, and then the Olympic champion, Perez Churcher, Kenya. In addition to that, Stella Trier, the reigning Olympic 10,000 meter and 5,000 meter champion, Sifan Hassan, Netherlands, will also be making her marathon debut. Also on the start line will be the 1500 meters world record holder, Jenzia Dibaba, Ethiopia, the 2016 Olympic 10,000 meter champion, Almaz Ayana, Ethiopia, and the reigning Berlin marathon champion, Tsigit Asifa of Ethiopia, the 5th fastest woman marathoner in the history. I mean, this is just a very stacked field of some absolutely phenomenal and in-form talents. Also, a bit close to home, you will have Alicia McColgan, the reigning Commonwealth Games 10,000 meter champion, making her marathon debut, as well as 3 national record holders, Emily Sisson from America, Sinead Diver, Australia, and Natasha Waddock of Canada. So literally, there's not a race where I've seen this many stacked elite names. So it's going to be pretty impressive to see. I'm really excited for that, and I'm looking forward to getting to the start line of this race and to see who is actually going to take the crown. It's going to be it's always a bit of a memorable day. I think on the men's side, I definitely just want to very quickly touch upon Mo Farah is going to get to the start line. I think it's going to maybe be his last marathon. I quickly checked some records, and Sir Mo is still the fastest GB marathoner of all time, with the current record of 2 hours, 5 minutes, 11 seconds. He's won the Bank of America Chicago Marathon in 2018, with 3 London marathons to his name already, including including the 2018 event where he achieved his best place finish, third, just months before his Chicago victory. So yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. I definitely feel like Sir Mo probably shouldn't have dipped out. I think he went back to doing shorter distances. I definitely feel like he has got some skin in the game. 205 is not that far off 201, but I'm pretty sure in elite marathoning, 3-4 minutes is light years, and it's quite hard to make up when you have someone like Kipchoge that is, you know, sort of setting world records and winning every race consistently for years. So yeah, could this be Mo's last ever? Potentially. I think you're looking, the British men's elite field for London Marathon looking like Sir Mo Farah, Dewey Griffiths, Chris Thomas, Ben Comer, Joshua Griffiths, Luke Cadwell. Yeah, a whole host of amazing talent. So I'm really excited. Training is going pretty good so far. I've got a couple halves in the legs. Last weekend I did the Maverick Trail half, so 3 hours time on feet. Sunday I did the Vitality 10K, got a good effort in zone 3, really tried to push after not having much sleep, doing back-to-back races. So this weekend I'm looking forward to getting a speed workout in on Saturday, and Sunday I might go for a little bit of a super long run, maybe or maybe not a race. But yeah, training's been pretty good so far. I've been running in the new Cliftons. I actually did my speed workout today and they felt really, really good. I usually wear the Rocket X if I do something speedy, and I've got a bit of a soft spot for the Bondi X, which is a bit of a comfy shoe with a carbon plate. They're definitely not light. They're a bit more comfortable, and for the everyday runner to have a marathon shoe. So yeah, overall, yeah, just really grateful. 74 days out. I know that consistency is key. So, you know, diet, getting sleep, rest, recovery. And the last thing that I want to touch upon, it's why. So why am I doing this? Why do I run? I started running in 2012. 2010, 2012. I just knew that with DJing, I wanted to look after my health. And I just thought, why don't you go for a run? I didn't live that far from Victoria Park. And I can remember vividly, I recorded it on the Nike app. I really psyched myself up. It was a Wednesday or Thursday evening after work. I ran to Vicky Park, stop start, and I made my way around 1/3. And then the next day I thought, you're going to do that again, try and, you know, not stop and start as much. And then I made one whole loop, which is just under 5K, and then literally just haven't stopped. So I wanted to improve my health. I also really wanted to look after my mental health. I just think modern living, you do have to sort of be able to manage stress, and life will just come at you. And if you don't look after yourself, then it can sometimes mean that you can kind of slip a little bit. So they're the two reasons why, and I really try and show up for myself. And if I know that I'm sort of feeling physically fit and getting some fresh air in and raising my heart rate, that I know that I can show up for myself, look after myself, look after the people that I love and cherish around me, my friends and my family and my colleagues. So yeah, I've got a very strong why. And I also, you know, I'm extremely mindful of the people that can't run for various reasons, and for the people that we have lost. You know, I lost my father when I was 8. He wasn't particularly healthy. So I do not want to end up in a situation of having a heart attack mid-50s, because that is not really the flex. I turned 40 in May. I always celebrate with the Hackney Half. That's around my birthday weekend. So I definitely want to get to the start line of that, celebrate. And before that, the month before, will be London Marathon. So yeah, definitely enjoying running. Super excited to enter year 2 of Project 365. What does it mean to me this year? It's kind of become everyday life. I'm super grateful to have the motivation to be healthy. It's not easy. And I've kind of found a new appreciation for my body. I don't take it for granted. I don't take for granted I can sort of get to most start lines or get a last minute bib. I'm really grateful for that, and still having the motivation and passion. So I think Track and Core's been absolutely amazing for me, and really leaning into my coaching and leadership after doing my UK Athletics LERF. I fully recommend all of you, if you do run or if you want to take it to the next level and coach and support and help others, leaning into community has been absolutely fantastic. I just can't really champion it enough. You get to see a lot, you get to listen and learn, you get to open the doors with people and make a load of friends and have a good time on the way. So Thursday nights at the London Maverick Community Track is our weekly home. I want to say a big thank you to my co-captains, Jason and Sophie. Without those two, this definitely wouldn't be happening. And all the new people that have been showing up every week and all the OGs that have been coming since day one. So I really, really appreciate everyone. They really motivate me and inspire me to do my training and to get to start line of these races. I'm really grateful for BTR, for the bib. I definitely will be fundraising for them. And yeah, I think 74 days to go. So let's rock and roll with consistency. We definitely are out here. We move. Monster Stars %. Please like and share. You don't have to like if you didn't like it. Follow me on my journey. Thank you very much.